on KGW Plus.
Now at 7, as the government shutdown continues, flights are being canceled here at PDX. Coming up, we speak with travelers.
The last thing anybody wants to be doing is having to worry about kids, particularly being able to get in and out of school safely.
And ICE activity apparently to blame behind some schools in Portland going into lockout mode on Thursday.
We also have an update this morning on SNAP benefits. Some KGW viewers let us know they have received their benefits for November after a federal judge ordered the Trump administration to issue payments in full. Sunrise, streaming live here at 7 o'clock, starts right now.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us live at 7 o'clock. I'm China Green.
And I'm Drew Carney. We have no Chris McGinnis. He has a well-deserved day off. So, Rob, we're looking for some extra heavy lifting from you, my friend.
Okay, I'm ready.
Don't hurt yourself, though.
Let's do this. Hey, today's the day that the rain chance completely goes away and we have a dry weekend. Now, we expected some scattered lingering showers this morning. That's exactly what we have. Taken as a whole, it's one of the drier starts we've had recently. There's a pretty good shower now running up the Sunset. You can see Hillsborough getting some rain. There's also some rain south of downtown Portland. The number of showers, I think, will become fewer as we roll into the afternoon. And again, by this evening, we should be completely dry. There are breaks in the cloud cover. Still mostly cloudy over downtown Portland, and currently a shower hitting PDX. Temperature is 50. Here's our state capitol, and there is a little bit of baby blue up above the Capitol Mall area. To the bus stop we go. So some scattered showers around at least through the noon hour today. 55 at lunchtime. About the time the kids get out of school, I think the rain chance will be almost over. And again, by 5 o'clock, I think the rain chance is done. We'll have your weekend numbers for a completely dry weekend forecast coming up.
Thank you, Ron. We are tracking an update this morning for local SNAP recipients.
Last night, a federal judge ordered the Trump administration to issue full payments for November. Now, we've already heard from some KGW viewers who said their SNAP cards have been reloaded, and posts online indicate those payments include full benefits. The Trump administration had said it planned to appeal the judge's ruling yesterday and was still only going to issue a slimmed down version of SNAP benefits this month, roughly 65%. But again, it appears at least some recipients have received their full November payment. The other big government shutdown headline this morning is the beginning of flight cancellations all around the country.
PDX is among 40 major airports where airlines have been required by the FAA to cut back flights. So those cuts will be phased in, starting with a 4% reduction in flights today and ramping up to 10% within a week. All commercial airlines will be affected, though international flights will not be impacted. The Transportation Secretary says this is about keeping people safe as air traffic controllers are pushed to work without pay, plus ongoing staffing shortages. So Sunrise reporter Corey Johnson is live for us at PDX. Corey, what is it like for travelers this morning?
Good morning, China. Drew, well, this morning here at PDX, at least 6 flights have been canceled. 13 others have been delayed, according to FlightAware. Those are flights offered through Southwest as well as Alaska Airlines. Now, the lines here at PDX, not long right now, actually looking pretty good. This is a different story than what we saw just 30 minutes ago when all of these lines were filled with travelers who say they wanted to get here early because they weren't sure what to expect of the cancellation. So taking a look across the country, according to FlightAware, roughly 800 U.S. flights were canceled today. That's 4 times more than the number of U.S. cancellations a day earlier, according to FlightAware. Here at PDX, travelers tell me they're concerned they wouldn't get a refund on their ticket if their flight was indeed canceled. But federal officials say airlines have to issue full refunds for flyers. Also keep in mind, it will be up to carriers, the airlines, to decide which flights are canceled. Some flights to San Jose, Sacramento, and Denver have been canceled out of PDX this morning, and that has travelers telling me that they feel like things are just up in the air right now.
You know, people have places to be and things to do, whether it's for family or work. If it gets canceled, well, I'll probably just drive.
Now, in addition to many people telling me that they wanted to arrive early today due to those cancellations, they're not really sure exactly what to do about Thanksgiving as the government shutdown continues, if it will impact the upcoming holiday. They tell me, like you just heard from that gentleman traveling to Boise, they're not sure if they want to drive instead rather than risk coming to the airport and having their flight canceled. Drew, China.
All right, Corey Johnson live for us this morning at the airport. Now, there's been some talk this week about a solution to the shutdown being worked out behind closed doors in D.C., but the bottom line is it is not over yet as we enter day 38.
Republicans want to extend current funding temporarily, while Democrats are pushing to renew expiring Obamacare subsidies as premiums rise. Some Senate Democrats may back a short-term deal to end the shutdown if it guarantees a future vote on health care, but others refuse to move forward with a clear health care win. Excuse me. We will keep following developments on the shutdown and everything it's impacting. Stay with KGW for the latest here on air, online at kgw.com, and right here on our free TV streaming app, KGW+.
Reports of ice activity in North Portland yesterday had some schools on high alert. We're talking about both George Middle School and Cesar Chavez Middle School. They activated a secure the perimeter protocol for a short time yesterday morning. Exterior doors were locked. All activities stayed inside those buildings, although teaching did continue on as normal. Now, as word spread about the ice situation, some people came out to rally around the schools by the end of the day, including Multnomah County Commissioner Shannon Singleton.
This is a community that wants to take care of each other, and I'm really proud that folks showed up to just make sure that at a minimum we could observe any ice activity and document it to ensure that people's rights were being realized.
Portland Public Schools sent a letter to families saying that security services were working with those schools to monitor activity, but there were no reports yesterday of ICE making any arrests near the schools.
All right, now to an update on Portland's camping ban enforcement, which just resumed this past week. City data shows that there were 40 arrests, mostly for existing warrants, but outreach teams gave 83 warnings, 7 citations, and connected 39 people to shelters. Mayor Keith Wilson says that the goal is to get people help and not just arrest them. The city notes police can write a ticket if a person declines the offer of available shelter while camped on public property or in the right-of-way. Rob Lane from Portland Solutions says enforcement can resume as city expands shelter space.
It's not going to be the solution to all homelessness, but what it is it's a life-saving intervention to keep people from dying.
In a statement, the mayor said that he's proud of the job outreach workers and officers have done. Currently, the city is offering 880 overnight beds, and Lane says that last week they averaged 76% occupancy.
Oregon's Supreme Court has finally taken up the state's voter-approved gun control law. Measure 114 was challenged at both the state and federal level and then put on hold shortly after it passed back in 2022. This law requires a few things: training for a permit to buy guns. It also gets rid of a loophole that allows dealers to skip waiting for background checks if they take longer than 3 days. And finally, it restricts high-capacity magazines to no more than 10 rounds. That restriction was part of yesterday's arguments.
The way that the technology operates now allowed the Las Vegas shooter to fire more than 100 rounds in a minute.
The fact of the matter is the Constitution of Oregon and the United States applies to things that did not exist when the document was written.
So the state Supreme Court will ultimately decide if Measure 114 is constitutional, although we don't know how long that ruling will take.
All right, time now is 7:08. We are taking a beautiful live look from the Vancouver waterfront right there. Rod Hill has been talking about this clear weekend, no rain weekend, but I do have a question.
Oh, question, yes.
Will we see sun at all this weekend?
That's a good question. You would like an answer, or you were just stating you had a question?
Yes, please.
Sometime in the next 3 minutes.
Take your time.
I don't think it's going to be perfectly clear. We have a partly cloudy forecast tomorrow. Sunday's the best bet to look up and see a blue sky more than not. We're looking at east winds developing overnight tonight. That'll help feed the dry weather both days and should help increase our chances to get just sunny skies on Sunday as well. So lots to love about the weekend. It'll be the first time in a month that we will have a dry Saturday and a dry Sunday. These are lingering showers on radar behind me. Some of them are popping through the valley, so there's a little bit of rain down around, looks like Gladstone and Happy Valley area along 205 this morning. There's that Vancouver waterfront camera from the Springs of the waterfront, 51 degrees. You see a raindrop on the camera lens. And this is looking out over the vineyard from our Salem tasting room camera in Sherwood. There are breaks in the cloud cover, so it kind of depends on where you are. We're at 40s to about 50. 50 in downtown, 46 in Tigard, 46 in Happy Valley, 49 is the number down in Salem this morning as well. So our forecast is on track. Scattered showers this morning, decreasing in numbers during the day, and by evening I think we're completely dry across all of our region. Perhaps struggling to hit 50 in John Day and Baker City, but generally highs today statewide will be up into the 50s, and winds are mostly southwest 5 to 10 to 15. So there are some breezes out in Baker County early this morning, but those should be calming during the day. All right, 57 in Portland today, all dry weekend, and to China's point, partly cloudy tomorrow, more of a sunny blue sky on Sunday, 60 and 63. Shower chances return Monday afternoon. But right now, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, this looks to be mainly dry weather. The next day that's just really wet looks to be Thursday. So we have a nice stretch of weather coming our direction, guys.
All right, no arguments here, Ron. Sounds good, my friend. All right, coming up next here on the Sunrise Show, Oregon sports' biggest night of the year, you might say. We're going to take a look at the legends inducted into the Oregon Sports Hall of Fame. Plus, yeah, one of the most popular and controversial figures in American music history hitting the big screen. We're going to have a preview of the new Michael Jackson biopic when Sunrise continues in 2 minutes.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
It's certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
The Oregon Sports Hall of Fame has 5 new members this morning. KGW's Orlando Sanchez, there he is, hosted the big awards ceremony last night in Beaverton. Now, before they got to the Hall of Fame inductees, the event recognized 9 local athletes and coaches of the year. Those include Oregon State gymnast Jade Carey, you see her right there, and University of Oregon softball coach Melissa Lombardi, who led the Ducks to the College Softball World Series this year.
It was an unbelievable year. We didn't get exactly all the way to the end, but what I think about is just the blueprint that they laid and version 7 and just what an unbelievable special team they are.
And now, this year's Oregon Sports Hall of Fame inductees. We're talking about Olympic track star Galen Rupp, wheelchair basketball Paralympian Susie Grimes, 3-time national title basketball player Lori Milligan, the entire 2015 Timbers, and Jerry Allen, the voice of the Ducks since 1987. We put together a profile on each inductee. You can watch their stories on the KGW YouTube page.
All right, Seattle, for the very first time ever, welcome to the stage, your Seattle Torrent!
It's official. Seattle's professional women's hockey team will be called the Seattle Torrent. The PWHL made the big reveal during a ceremony yesterday in Seattle, showing off the team's new logo and colors. The team says Torrent draws inspiration from the powerful waterways that shape and connect Washington's unique landscape, symbolizing the team's determination to carve its own path.
So together with your support We will carve our path, just as a torrent does, and establish ourselves as a force to be reckoned with in this league. So let's go Torrent!
The Torrent home opener is at Climate Pledge Arena on November 28th.
All right, an official trailer is out for a brand new movie all about controversial pop star Michael Jackson, which stars Jackson's nephew.
David Daniel takes us back to the 80s with a look into the King of Pop's life in today's Hollywood Minute.
This is your story. Honor your past and embrace the future. That's what people want.
The first teaser trailer is out for the Michael Jackson biopic, Michael. Jafar Jackson, Michael's nephew, makes his feature debut as the King of Pop. The highly anticipated movie is due in theaters April 24th.
Billy, what are these things?
Gremlins.
More 80s nostalgia, Warner Brothers is bringing back Gremlins. The studio has announced it's releasing an as-yet untitled Gremlins movie on November 19, 2027. Chris Columbus, who wrote the original 1984 film, takes the director's chair and will also help write the script. No word yet on the cast or plot.
So our story takes place between seasons 2 and 3. But we soon learn that nothing is quite as they thought it was.
And Netflix has released the first look at Stranger Things, Tales from '85. The animated series based on the streamer's smash hit live-action show, which wraps up this winter, is due out sometime next year. Heading from Hollywood to Hawkins, I'm David Daniel.
The Michael Jackson movie, I mean, one of the most controversial figures, no doubt about it, in the history of American music. But any story about the rise to fame, you know, so how someone goes from wherever to the heights that he reached, interesting, right? And the fact that his nephew's playing Michael Jackson, pretty crazy.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I got on that, Rod.
Yeah.
You're just giving me nods.
I mean, well,
you were a fan of
that
the
was
King of
the
Pop at one
biggest
point.
concert. I'm not a big concert goer, but I did go to his Off the Wall tour in St. Louis back in the 80s, I think it was.
We established that was probably
And it was amazing. Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, you know, just speaking about his ability to perform.
Oh, yeah.
Puts on a show.
Yeah, like no other. All right, here's a look at our wind map report from yesterday. This was unexpected in that it was not warned for, and I did not see there being these extreme winds hitting the coast. This happened between 1 o'clock and 2:30 yesterday afternoon. So if you're at the beach and wondering how windy it was, I thought you'd be interested to know. Astoria 66, Uquinta Bay, Newport 63, Garibaldi 79. Yeah, that was outside of Garibaldi, about 2 miles. Timberline, 7,000 feet, had a 53-mile-per-hour wind gusts. This was as that second weather system was coming inland. It did not produce that much wind here in the valley yesterday, but that second system coming inland, as we did expect, produced the hours of widespread steady rain that redeveloped yesterday afternoon into the evening that we had. So rainfall amounts for the last 2 days, 48 hours, 1.62 in Tillamook. The valley amounts kind of underperforming in terms of what the modeling was showing. Despite all the hours of rain, Portland just over half of an inch, Salem neared an inch at 93/100ths. The forecast is on track for that dry weekend that we've had in our 7-day going all the way back to Monday, really. We've got a break in the action out to sea. The next weather system will hold, and our scattered lingering showers we have on the radar this morning, here they are, will be ending later today. And I still think if you have plans this evening, the rain chance will be over. The winds are completely gone here in the west side, southwest 5 to 15. You can see a little bit of a snow-rain mix at elevation out toward Baker City, and there have been some 30-mile-per-hour gusts out for you folks this morning, but those are expected to fade in the coming hours. A little bit of a rising, not a little bit of a rising sun. It is a rising sun. We do have breaks in the cloud cover is what I was trying to say. 50 is the number. Currently a shower being reported out at PDX along the Columbia. Kelso 49, so it's still a really comfortable start to our day. Bend is the cool spot at 37 degrees this morning. All right. So it's a nice Friday, driest day we've had in all of a sudden a while. Scattered showers at the beach also will be ending later this afternoon. Southwest winds 5 to 15. Beach temperatures and valley temperatures 55, 58 degrees in that range. So we're all about the same. Well, Corvallis 59. Southwest winds 5 to 15. Again, a dry evening, 7-day forecast. I think we could hit 60 tomorrow, 63 on Sunday. All dry. Partly cloudy Saturday, mostly sunny Sunday. East winds start to pick up tonight. They'll be gusty to about 30 during the day tomorrow into Sunday coming out of the gorge. But if you live in a spot where the east winds don't hit you, if you're blocked by them, then you'll have light winds this weekend. It will really, really be nice, and that is your forecast.
Thank you, Ron.
All of those folks, plus everyone else that showed up to work Tuesday morning, expected to go home, and they didn't.
Coming up in 2 minutes, new details in the UPS cargo plane crash in Louisville as the death toll continues to rise. Sunrise streaming live at 7 continues after this.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
It's certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
UPS is sharing the names of the pilots who died in this week's plane crash in Louisville, Kentucky, while officials confirmed the total number of deaths is up to 13. NBC's Tom Costello has the latest.
NTSB investigators are examining new dash cam video that captured the fully engulfed MD-11 cargo plane climbing to 475 feet before crashing into several businesses as witnesses ran for their lives. Sean Garber owns Grade A Auto Parts.
All of those folks, plus everyone else that showed up to work Tuesday morning, expected to go home, and they didn't. And that's not how it's supposed to be.
The governor says a 13th victim has died, as UPS says it's with great sadness that it shares the names of the 3 pilots who died. Captain Richard Wartenberg, First Officer Lee Truitt, and International Relief Officer Captain Dana Diamond. 9 people are still missing.
There's so much charred, mangled metal that not all of the bodies may have been located until you look underneath certain things.
The National Guard today testing air quality levels at the crash site. Technicians in Washington have downloaded the plane's charred black boxes, revealing 63 hours of data, including 23 previous flights and 2 hours of cockpit conversations.
We will do everything we need to find out what happened and to figure out how to keep it from happening again.
A key focus, the left side engine found between runways and the pylon that held it in place. Video captured it coming off the wing, then the fire. Investigators are looking at the 34-year-old UPS plane's 6-week maintenance work in San Antonio. An FAA report shows the inspection found corrosion in the center bilge area below the fuel tank and a center wing upper fuel tank lower crack requiring a repair. Cracks and corrosion are common in heavy plane maintenance.
Again, that was Tom Costello reporting for us this morning. Here's a look at some other national headlines now with your morning rush. Dallas Cowboys defensive end Marshawn Nealon died after apparently taking his own life. Police in Texas say Nealon led them on a chase after he failed to stop during a traffic stop. They lost sight of his car at one point, later found it crashed, and Nealon was gone. He was found yesterday morning in the car, dead from a gunshot wound. He was 24 years old. We have a reminder this morning that if you or someone you know is struggling, help is always available. You can call 988 to reach the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. The Supreme Court has upheld a Trump administration policy requiring U.S. passports to list a person's sex assigned at birth. The ruling overturns a Biden-era change that allowed travelers to select X instead of male or female. The court says displaying the traveler's biological sex is, quote, merely attesting to a historical fact without subjecting anyone to different treatment. A Virginia teacher shot by her 6-year-old student won a $10 million settlement. Abby Zwerner sued a former assistant principal at the school, claiming that the assistant principal ignored warnings that the child had a gun. Zwerner was shot in the chest and hand last year. The former assistant principal now faces felony child neglect charges in a trial next month. Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, previously known, of course, as Meghan Markle, is heading back to the big screen. Reports say she's going to make a cameo in a new film called Close Personal Friends that's shooting right now in L.A. Before marrying Prince Harry, Meghan Markle starred in Suits and appeared in movies like Remember Me and Horrible Bosses. And that's a look at your morning rush. Still to come here on the Sunrise Show, the search for a missing hunter, now 1 week in. We're going to have the latest on the efforts to find him. Plus,
I woke up from surgery and that's when they told me that I was a paraplegic.
a Gresham mom learning to live life in a wheelchair after she was caught in the middle of a fight outside a bar in Gresham. Her story when Sunrise, streaming live at 7 o'clock, continues.
KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
On a Friday morning, I'm Rod Hill. Much quieter out there this morning. The wind threat is over. Most of us waking up to light to variable to southwest winds, 5 to 10, 15 at most. These are what we refer to as lingering showers, nothing organized, just scattered precipitation, but they're still feeding in off of the Pacific. Here's a closer, well, we had a heavier shower over the coast range. That action has weakened. You see it now moving along Highway 30. There's Scappoose and St. Helens getting some rain this morning. We have breaks in the cloud cover. There's Snookwoods Casino Resort showing one of those breaks in Lincoln City. And I've had some brightness from the Springs to the Waterfront camera up in Vancouver as well. So there's a scene crossing the Columbia this morning. Pretty quiet Friday overall. The scattered showers we have right now will decrease in number as we march through the day. And I think by this evening, we're totally dry. Temperatures will be in the 50s. I have a high today in Portland at 57. And there, for the first time in a month, is a completely dry weekend. I think we could hit 60 both days. Partly cloudy tomorrow, mostly sunny on Sunday. East winds will start to blow overnight tonight.
Kicking off the 7:30 half hour of your Sunrise Show with this live look from the coast, our Chinook Winds Casino Resort Skycam showing off the beach there in Lincoln City. Oh, there's Beth walking down the beach there. Oh, over there on the right side, I see Tim, and I think that's George, if I'm not mistaken. What's up, guys? Those names not confirmed this morning, but let's say good morning to them anyway, shall we?
Good morning. It does look like you were able to see blue skies for the first time in a few days.
A little blue.
A little blue. What are you laughing at? What is so funny?
We acknowledge that we don't exactly know which names go to which goats when we show our Oregon Zoo camera.
Yes.
But now we're randomly assigning names to people.
I just want to feel like I know these people that we're showing on TV, Rod, although we don't know. You're right.
Here we go, everybody. We have a pretty good day coming up. We still have some showers. We saw, what was it, Beth, Tim, and George at the coast this morning enjoying. You see the feet of showers. This continues into the afternoon, but not a lot of rain. And I still think as we go through the day, the number of showers becomes fewer and fewer. And I still believe we will be all dry by this evening. Been losing leaves on the trees, but still mighty pretty. Looking at the Capitol Mall in front of the state capitol down in Salem, 49 temperature there. Partly cloudy skies, a little bit of blue poking through in spots. Looking up over the Moda Center, but a shower being reported currently over at the airport along the Columbia. Another comfortable start temperature-wise. We're at 50 degrees. I have us 55 at noon, and there's that mainly dry weather by 5 o'clock. 57 actually today's high. I still have the weekend is completely dry. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Rod. As the government shutdown enters day 38, we're tracking the beginning of flight cancellations all around the country.
PDX is among 40 major airports where airlines have been required by the FAA to cut back flights. Those cuts will be phased in, starting with a 4% reduction in flights today and ramping up 10% within a week. All commercial airlines will be affected, though international flights will not be impacted here. The Transportation Secretary says this is about keeping people safe as air traffic controllers are pushed to work without pay, plus ongoing staffing shortages. So Sunrise reporter Corey Johnson live at PDX for us. Corey, what's it like for travelers this morning?
Well, Drew, China, we just checked FlightAware and about 12 flights have been canceled across multiple airlines this morning. Others are reporting several delays here at PDX according to their flights. Now, Alaska has the majority of those canceled flights. More than 1,100 flights across the U.S. have been canceled as a whole. And if your flight ends up getting canceled, airlines are required to issue you a full refund. Delta says it plans to scratch 170 flights today, and American plans to slash about 220 a day through Monday. Now, we talked to one woman headed to vacation this morning who says not only is she not being paid right now through her job because of the government shutdown, but her flight is also delayed this morning. With Thanksgiving approaching, she says she and her family don't know exactly what to expect.
I was a little worried because we're going on vacation and we just booked, we have a 5.5-hour flight, and so we're really happy we didn't do a layover, and so it's just a straight through flight. We're from the Midwest, so I know a lot of airports in the Midwest right now are shut down, and yeah, so it really sucks. But holidays will look a little different, I'm sure, for everyone right now. So.
Now, the flights canceled right now out of PDX currently impact people who are traveling to Sacramento, San Jose, Denver, Seattle, and Los Angeles. Drew, China.
All right, Corey Johnson live for us this morning at the airport.
And as flight cancellations and delays pile up, it's important to know your rights as a traveler. For starters here, airlines will be required to refund flight costs.
But airlines do not have to cover hotel costs or meals for people when domestic flights are disrupted, even if the airline is responsible. KGW's Christine Pitawanich has more on how to navigate flight delays and cancellations.
First, we want to note that the top 3 airlines with the most flights at PDX, we're talking Alaska, Southwest, and Delta, are all offering some kind of flexibility for travelers who rebook or cancel their flights. But no matter what airline you're flying, it's really helpful to keep these 3 things in mind. First, I know it's kind of like worth maybe not saying, but it's easy to get carried away when you're stressed out. Be patient with those airline agents. Remember, they're helping hundreds of frustrated passengers. And like I said, easy to get caught up in the moment. Number 2, check your travel insurance, especially the fine print there. Not all policies cover disruptions from worker shortages in particular. And 3, use international support or frequent flyer perks for faster service. If you need guidance, try your airline's international support for shorter wait times, or if you're flying with someone who has elite status, maybe think about using their frequent flyer number when you call.
Again, Christine Pitawanich reporting for us this morning. Let's get to some other local headlines now. Police identified 2 men found dead yesterday at a Hillsborough home on Northeast Sunrise Lane near 17th Avenue. Investigators believe 29-year-old Braden Leachman was the victim here. He was found dead inside the home. 28-year-old Jefferson Brown was found dead in the backyard, and it's believed that he killed Leachman. Police, though, have not released how exactly the 2 men died. Anyone with information about this should contact Hillsborough Police.
The search for a hunter continues in the Mount Hood National Forest a week after he went missing. Devin Dobeck left on a hunting trip last Thursday, but never returned home. Friends found his car in the area and called for help. Search and rescue crews have been using thermal imaging cameras on drones to search from above while also working through the area on foot.
It's really dangerous terrain here. The hills are very steep. We have a lot of deadfall from the forest fires and a lot of area to cover.
Friends say Dobeck is comfortable in the backcountry, but they're concerned that he's been alone for this long. The FBI is now asking for information that could help find a missing tribal elder from the Umatilla Reservation. Wesley Jones was last seen on October 5th at Highway 331 and Mission Road in Pendleton. Investigators say it's possible Jones went fishing on the Umatilla River, but they say it's also considered his disappearance could be crime-related. His truck was found at his home with a flat tire. You can submit tips online at tips.fbi.gov or contact Umatilla Police.
Federal authorities arrested 7 people accused of running a multi-state burglary ring that targeted Asian business owners in Oregon and Washington. Prosecutors say the ring used signal jammers and surveillance technology to ransack homes while victims were at work. Police say they recovered stolen cash, jewelry, and designer items after tracking the suspects to a rental home in Eugene. 2 of the defendants made their first court appearances this week and are being held pending trial.
A federal judge dismissed a criminal case against Boeing Thursday over 2 crashes of its 737 MAX plane. The judge approved the Department of Justice request to dismiss its case against Boeing. It's part of a deal that requires Boeing to pay or invest an additional $1.1 billion in fines and compensation for the crash victims' families, internal safety and quality measures. 346 people were killed in the 2 crashes in 2018 and 2019. In early September, relatives of some of the victims urged the judge to reject the deal and instead appoint a special prosecutor to take over the case. Boeing reached settlements in 3 lawsuits yesterday, filed by families of victims of the second crash.
All right, before we turn to Rod Hill, whoa, that is a good shot.
Aww.
Man, a far improved shot from yesterday morning. State Capitol building down there in Salem. We've got all the pretty colors heading towards the Capitol building, the blue skies overhead. My goodness, Rod, what a difference 24 hours makes.
Yeah, and what a difference it makes from location to location. It's quite gray over downtown Portland right now as we have a little push of rain shower activity coming through. Remember yesterday we had showers in the morning and I said, hey, the rain would be increasing later in the day. Well, today's the opposite. Scattered showers this morning, and the number of scattered showers become fewer and fewer this afternoon. So we're in that lingering shower stage on the backside of our 2-day rain event. There are a couple of heavier rain pockets. Here's some decent rain over the West Hills right now. We've got some light rain currently falling in downtown Portland. Going back down close to Salem, where we saw all the blue sky. This is Turner, Willamette Valley Vineyards, just south of Salem. And there's that blue sky down there in the mid-valley. So really pretty morning for you. The darkness from the Wells Fargo camera, but some brightness looking off to the east. Again, it's a scattered pattern this morning with a mix of sky conditions. Winds have really disappeared. We've got southwest winds generally no more than about 10 miles per hour at this time. 48 in Beaverton, 49 West Lynn, another comfortable start. 46 in McMinnville and 46 down in Corvallis. Rocky is our pet of the day, a hamster, and I'm told this is a mini skateboard. At first I thought it was like a really big hamster. Pet of the day at KGW.com. Send us your pet's photos use that email address and we will make them our pet of the day. There's Rocky this morning. All right, scattered shower threat decreasing in the afternoon. By later today and by evening, I think we're dry across all of our state. Temperatures generally near 50 to above. We'll be up to about 57 in Salem and in Portland today. Our 7-day forecast features, it's the first time in a month, no rain on a Saturday and a Sunday combined. So a nice weekend. Partly cloudy, 60 tomorrow, mostly sunny, 63 Sunday. East winds will be blowing out of the gorge in the usual spots. That's your update.
Thank you, Rod.
It's incredibly hard to move your body when half of it's dead. Like, you never realize how heavy it is until something like this happens.
In an update for the first time, we're hearing from the Gresham mom who survived a shooting while trying to help a stranger. She says suffered injuries that left her paralyzed.
So the man accused of shooting her is under arrest at this point. Celine Stevens has more.
All of a sudden, it just turned pretty violent pretty quickly.
This is Miranda Rice. After a shooting in the parking lot of this Gresham strip mall on October 19th, she's now a paraplegic.
I'm doing anywhere from 3 to 6 hours of physical therapy a day.
According to Gresham police, she was shot by 27-year-old Christopher Hernandez after a fight took a turn for the worst.
I was shot through the back. It landed into my kidney, so I lost a kidney.
Court documents reveal the incident involved 3 men who pulled a gun on another man who was defending his girlfriend. The documents say those 3 men were captured on video beating him up until he went limp.
3 or 4 guys started kicking him in the head and just brutally beating him while he was unconscious.
Rice says she was leaving Division Sports Pub with her boyfriend when they came across the fight. Court documents and police confirmed Rice's boyfriend fired warning shots into the air to try and break up the beating. It stopped, but then as the couple walked away, Rice was shot.
I was 10 feet from my car when I heard the gunshots, and I took 2 more steps and I collapsed, and I realized at that point that I had been shot.
She says she stayed conscious until help arrived.
Once I got into the ambulance is kind of when I lost consciousness. I don't really remember much after that. I woke up from surgery, and that's when they told me that I was a paraplegic.
Rice, who has 2 daughters and was just days away from moving into a new apartment, says she grieves the life she once had.
I've had to mourn a life that I've known for 32 years. And I think that's been the hardest, trying to explain to my children that mommy can't go play at the park with you anymore.
Rice says her goal is still to walk, and so far she says it seems like there's a bit of feeling in her right leg, and she was finally able to stand up this week with help. Celine Stevens, KGW News.
Medicare and Medicaid will finally cover the cost of these weight loss drugs for millions of patients suffering from obesity.
President Trump announcing a new deal that lowers the cost of certain weight loss drugs. That story and other consumer headlines when the Sunrise Show continues in 2 minutes.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW+.
President Trump announced expanded access to lower prices for popular weight loss drugs in the U.S. For the latest on this story, here's NBC's Liz Kreutz.
President Trump announcing a deal with drug makers Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk aimed at lowering the cost of popular weight loss drugs Zepbound and Wegovy.
This is tremendous savings.
And also making this announcement about the federal government's role in making those drugs more accessible for patients who meet certain medical criteria.
Medicare and Medicaid will finally cover the cost of these weight loss drugs for millions of patients suffering from obesity.
Later next year, the White House says eligible Medicare recipients won't pay more than $50 a month for the drugs. And for Medicaid recipients whose states opt in, the cost to patients could be zero.
It's a big deal.
For those like Jen Barcone in Los Angeles who pays out of pocket for Eli Lilly's Zepbound, savings could begin in January.
How much are you currently paying for this every month?
$600.
Is that a stretch for your family?
Absolutely. I mean, $600 a month is more than our car payment.
Barcone has lost 35 pounds since she began taking the drug 9 months ago. Her monthly costs could now go down $150.
What it means is that I can stay on this for longer. It'll enable me to continue without having to worry about the cost implications.
Under the new agreement, the cost for these drugs will range between roughly $150 and $450 a month, depending on dosage and whether it's an injectable or new pill. Moments ago, Tom spoke with the CEO of Eli Lilly about how the company's upcoming pill form of a weight loss drug played into today's announcement.
People may notice that your oral weight loss pill is still awaiting FDA approval. Now you've just made a deal with the Trump administration. Should people read into that?
Well, as part of the deal, they've agreed to give us an expedited approval.
Eli Lilly says it's also now getting 3 years of tariff relief from the administration.
And now for a look at your consumer headlines. The IRS says its free online tax filing program known as Direct File won't return in 2026, citing few people use it. In an email to state officials, the agency said that there's no new launch date set. The program began under the Biden administration but faced criticism from Republicans, including President Trump, who called it a waste of taxpayer money. About 296,000 taxpayers filed through Direct File this year, up from 140,000 last year. Take-Two Interactive is delaying Grand Theft Auto 6 again, now set to launch next November. The game was originally expected this fall and has already been pushed back once. GTA 5 sold more than 220 million copies, making the next installment one of the most anticipated and potentially most profitable game ever.
Yeah.
Okay. And Tillamook announced this week it's selling an all-new limited edition product called Butternade.
What? I like this.
Yeah. The spread combines Tillamook salted butter and mayonnaise, crafted specifically for making grilled cheese greatness. Okay. It actually sold out within the first 10 minutes.
Wow.
The Tillamook had it on the website, so sorry boys. And if you miss your chance to snag some of that, check out this other new product that they just released. Truffle White Cheddar is the latest cheese to join the company's farmer collection. They say it's the perfect addition to anyone's charcuterie board.
Yeah, the charcuterie board is a, I like that
Classic.
charcuterie board.
Me too.
If I was invited to a Thanksgiving dinner, I would not care if there was a turkey. I've made this clear before. You can keep the stuffing, all that stuff. If you just put a big old charcuterie board in the middle of the table with all that good stuff on it, I'm in.
Me too. What's your take on that? The Bernaise
Butternase.
Butternase.
Does that mean you put that? It's like the spread you still put the cheese on with it. Is that right?
Yeah.
Am I understanding
When
this
you make a
correctly?
grilled cheese, you usually put butter on the bread, right?
You do that instead, and then you put the cheese on.
Okay.
I made my first grilled cheese ever this past weekend.
It's the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
Ever. I had to look up a recipe. I had no idea how to do it.
You're 30-something years old. You never had a grilled cheese sandwich?
I've never had it. I didn't have it as a kid. It was
How'd
not
it go?
made in my house.
Did you burn it?
My husband loved it.
Okay.
I burned the first one.
Yeah, see, that can happen.
The
You gotta
butter.
be careful.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that you don't cook much. Is that a correct assumption?
No, I actually cook
you
a
do.
lot.
You just have not ever made a grilled cheese sandwich.
No, I cook more.
She skipped lesson one. She went right to something else.
Yeah, I do more recipes that take a few hours. I like to keep my hands busy. So I don't pick my face.
All right. Well, I'm happy for you.
And your hand.
Thanks, Rod.
Have you ever made a tuna fish sandwich, I'm wondering?
No.
No? Okay,
No.
all right.
I have made a peanut butter and jelly, though.
Peanut butter and jelly is a good one. All right. Rainfall amounts the last 2 days, 1.64 in Tillamook, leading the way. Everybody, well, almost everybody picked up something. Prineville has a 0. Sometimes the zeros are a trace, but not measurable. Rome is the same. 52 100ths in Portland. Salem was just about an inch. Overall, the modeling put out numbers that we did not reach. Kelso 1.23, Vancouver 0.72. Still, the water year off to a really good start going back to October. We're over an inch above normal, and for November, we're already up over 2 inches, which is a really healthy start, which is traditionally thought of to be the first month of the rainy season, November through March. Okay, so we could use some dry time, and we're going to get it. You see a moisture break right here. The next weather system out to sea will stay out to sea. It will hold off, so that sets the table for the dry weekend. We have lingering showers right now, still caught in the flow pattern aloft. So these scattered showers are with us currently. You see some rain coming into downtown Portland again, and folks driving in from Vancouver right now. Looks like it's rained most of the way on I-5. We do have some new snow up at Timberline. It's only been a couple inches of new snow. It's 29 degrees up there. The passes, by the way, are in good shape. We expected the snow levels the last couple of days to generally stay above pass level, and that was correct. 36 at Government Camp. There's a little bit of snow. I mean, this morning is the lowest snow level. It's been down to about 4,500 feet. A little bit of snow roadside, but 33. Santiam Pass looks like it's clean. Willamette Pass, obviously clean right there with no snow roadside. Reserve Vineyards and Golf Club in Aloha. We've had some showers in the last 30 minutes. You can see it's overcast and still a shower being reported, 50 degrees. It's 49 up in Kelso. Nobody's really that cold. Bend is at 41 and John Day is at 41 degrees. So the forecast today, we have this many scattered showers. The number of scattered showers just decreases during the day, and by this evening, my hands are together and I think the rain is over, and that sets the stage for a really nice weekend. 50s today, southwest winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy up to about 60 tomorrow, mostly sunny, and 63 on Sunday, which is considered warm for this time of the year. Breezy east winds return tonight, and they'll be gusting out of the gorge to about 30 miles per hour for the weekend. But if you don't typically get an east wind where you live, you probably will just have light winds all weekend. Shower chances return on Monday, but I don't see a lot of rain really until we get into Thursday at this point of next week. Back to you.
Thank you, Rod.
I haven't had to rely on food pantries until just recently.
Still to come on Sunrise, empty shelves and growing lines. A look at the Northwest Portland Food Pantry fighting to keep up as hundreds show up for help. Sunrise streaming live at 7 continues in 2 minutes.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yeah.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
SNAP benefits for November are going into the accounts of Oregon recipients. Several viewers called us last night to say that their benefit cards were reloaded.
Still, local food pantries have been busy this week, keeping up with a greater than usual demand. KGW's Blair Best takes us to one pantry in Northwest Portland.
We're inside the storage room at the William Temple House Food Pantry in Northwest Portland. As you can see, some of the shelves are bare. Staff tell me they've seen a record number of people lining up for food since SNAP benefits have not yet gone out this month. This week, William Temple House has seen hundreds of people show up for food. The nonprofit now extending its hours to try and meet the need. For some, it's their first time needing this type of help.
9:08 should be coming. I've been here about 2 hours.
I haven't had to rely on food pantries until just recently with all of this going on with the government cutting off our funding.
I just got food stamps for the first time, and that was at the end of October, and have not even been able to use them.
It's really surreal to be the largest economy in the world and have your people be hungry.
Staff at William Temple House say they've made a promise that no one will leave without food. In order to meet that promise, they're relying on the community for donations. In Northwest Portland, Blair Best, KGW News.
Toy drive season arrived this week here at KGW, and we already have a good amount of toys inside the KGW toy box. But we want more, and here's how you can help out. You can make a cash donation. Let us do the toy shopping for you. Cash donations can be made online at kgw.com/toy. You can also drop off new unwrapped toys at these locations right there on your screen. We're talking about local IQ credit union locations, any local Toyota dealership, and your local Fred Meyer store.
Coming up at 8, KGW Sunrise continues live on KGW Plus with a new chapter for book lovers.
It's a thing the communities are wanting, more like tight-knit, going to a small bookstore.
Again, coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, the growing trend that has more people loving reading.